Welcome to the dominance of Allah. Welcome. Welcome to the prison of Allah. You are nothing but a slave. You are nothing but a slave of Allah. You have been given this life to think about the rules of Allah, the rules that you have to follow from your birth to your deathbed. You have to follow the rules. The more you follow, the closer you will get to Allah. You have no freedom. You have the freedom to think about the rules, how good they are, because they're good. If you don't find them good, then you have some mental problem. You do have some mental problem. You are confused. You are intellectually inferior. So think and reflect on the rules of Allah. That's the whole purpose of your life, or behind the reason of your creation. The rules of Allah. The moment you are born, you are greeted in the name of Allah. You must have heard your father yelling Allahu Akbar the moment you were born. Welcome to the prison of Allah. You are nothing but a slave of Allah. Nothing. You are also subject to His dominance, His rules in this world. Look around your nature. Can you live even for a second without the rules of Allah? You cannot. So you are a slave of Allah. Don't listen to those who say you are children of Allah, because you're not children of Allah. That's heretic. You are a slave of Allah. When you grow up a bit, part of your private part will be snipped off. Khatna, circumcised. You will be circumcised permanently, irreversibly, because the Prophet of Allah had his penis snipped. We have to emulate him in every step of the way. You, slave of Allah, nothing but a slave of Allah. Nothing. You can think, as I said, you can reflect on the rules that Allah gave, which are so good and best and everything, but you cannot question the rules of Allah. You cannot question. Especially when you are in this prison of Allah. Life is nothing but a prison. The world is nothing but a prison, and you are nothing but a prisoner. The only freedom you will have when you will die and the bubble will pop. Only then you will have your freedom. And you will see how those non-believers suffer. How they are sent to hellfire, burned, time and time after, for eternity. Do you want that? No, you don't. So you better love these rules of this prison of Allah. You can't do anything that will nourish your freedom of thought. You cannot. Your aesthetic mind, you cannot. You cannot listen to the music like the kuffars do, because they waste your time. They waste your time. Although some say the waterfall is musical, there's music everywhere in the nature. I'm telling you, music is haram. You cannot listen to music. Whenever music entices you, remember the rules of Allah. Memorize them. Do dhikr. Continuously take His name. And you will feel better. Trust me. Because you are a slave of Allah. You are a slave of Allah. There are rule breakers who do drawings on the walls, paints, and they draw human figures, animal figures. Don't follow them. They are breaking the laws of Allah. Don't break the laws of Allah. Allah doesn't love it. He's the only one who creates figures. Those who draw figures are doing haram. 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 Make sure you wear beard longer than me, like up to this, up to this. Because that's the rule. The more you emulate the Prophet, the better human being you become. Do not question why you emulate. Do not question what is the purpose of this emulation. Although it seems useless to you, because simply you are confused. They have benefits in them. You have to emulate Him, the Prophet in every step of the way, including how he used to wear his clothes. So do not wear gold if you are a man. Don't. You cannot wear gold. You cannot wear dazzling clothes. You cannot wear red. You cannot. Rules, remember rules. Welcome to the prison of Allah. Here you have rules for everything. How you breathe even. How you sleep even. How you do your toilet even. How you have sex even. So, be careful. Obey. You are a slave. You are nothing but a slave of the rules of Allah. Can you deny it? You cannot deny it. The rules of Allah. Make sure you do not take non-Muslims as your friend. Because then they deny they are slaves of Allah. But you are a slave of Allah. So remember, you do not have freedom of thought. You do not have freedom of conscience. You do not have the freedom even to question the rules of Allah. You are nothing but a slave of Allah. Remember that always. The only friends you have, the more that someone follows the rules of Allah, are your good friends. Because they will constantly remind you of the rules of Allah. That's why they are the best friends. They will go against you. Your best friends will go against you if you breach any rules of Allah. Because you will be considered madman, psychologically derailed, confused, if you do not understand the morals behind the rules of Allah. And the chance we get, take over the lands of non-Muslims. Subdue them. That's the rule of Allah. Rule of Allah. You have to follow the rules of Allah. No freedom. You are a slave. No freedom. Then, if they are at war, take their women, rape them, produce more soldiers of Allah. No freedom. Kill your morality, your sense of morality, and replace that with a sense of morality. Allah gives in His rules in the Quran, in the Hadith. Follow that. Some people will say they are savage things. Instructions of the savage times. Don't follow them. Don't follow them. Don't be dazzled by the so-called development of morality in the so-called non-believing lands. Follow the rules of Allah. Don't even think otherwise, because He can hear what is in your heart. Welcome to the prison of Allah. You have named it the world. You have named it the planet Earth. This is nothing but a prison, and you are in a bubble which will pop soon. And once you die, the bubble pops, you will see the creator of that prison. He loves you though. He loves you if you follow the rules. In everything. In everything. You have no freedom. Remember that. And you should start loving your imprisonment. The more you love your imprisonment, the better slave you are. The better slave you are, the better chance of getting rewards hereafter. Like a dog, when you do tricks, the dog is fed. The more tricks you do, the dog is fed. So, the more slavery you do, your obligations you perform, you will get rewards. And if you apparently think you are getting punished, even if when you are following the rules, take it as a test. But those who do not follow the rules of Allah and get the same punishment, they are getting them because they didn't obey Allah. But when you are getting it, the same punishments, take them not as punishments, take them as tests from Allah. So that you become more and more conscious about the rules of Allah. Rules of Allah. So whatever bad thing happens to you, it's because of you. Either you might have broken the rule or He's just testing you. Whatever good things happening to you, it is from Allah. Welcome to the prison of Allah. Welcome to the prison of Allah. How you sleep, how you dream, how you think, how you eat, how you have sex, how you make beds, how you wear clothes. Everything is dictated by the prison of Allah. This life is nothing but a prison. This life is nothing. The only freedom we will have when the bubble pops. When the bubble pops. you have no one to help you except Allah. Isn't that lovely, this prison?